Your first main event in the Netherlands. Given your age, you're still 20, just 29. You think you could be the face of this market for the UFC for the foreseeable future?
Yeah, of course. I'm already the face of this event, so I work my way back from things that would have broken other people. For sure, with my skill set and what I'm going to do with this guy on Saturday. Yep. He stated that I could be his next fight, but he preferred to fight Derrick Lewis. And to me, it seemed like he thought that Lewis would be a better opponent, or a higher ranked guy or whatever. So I told him, hey man, if you want a good fight, then if you really want to test yourself in the UFC after your first two fights, then I know a guy.
So facing a guy closer to your size, how much different was the preparation in this camp? Like for a guy like, he's closer to your size.
Yeah, well, coming from Holland, especially when I was still training here, I had a group of guys who were all close to 6'6", 6'7", 6'8". So for me, it's nothing new. My main training partner for the last year and a half is 6'9". So, I didn't have to change anything. I'm used to it. It's very normal for me. Fighting a tall guy is going to leave more openings in the fight for me to take advantage of, in my opinion. So,
something I found strange, Stefan, the UFC gave Volkov top billing on this fight. It's Volkov versus Struve, not Struve versus Volkov. Obviously, that doesn't matter in the fight, but were you surprised that they gave him top billing over you, considering this is your country and you've been in the UFC for so long?
The way those things go is it's according to ranking, and of course, I should be the home fighter. I'm going to be the home fighter, but he's going to walk out second apparently. Apparently, his 2 wins rank me higher than everything I've done. I had an injury and I had some a layoff a couple years before that, but I'm not bothered by it or whether I feel good. It's going to be good to be in the octagon a little bit with my crown around me already, and get that energy in, and it is what it is. He's ranked 7, and I'll show that those rankings are bullshit yet again.
Just piggybacking off what you said earlier was your last 2 performances have been fantastic. Has the key been getting the physical concerns finally addressed, or has it just been a change in mental approach?
It was just getting my mental back where it needed to be again. It was some real big issues that I was dealing with, all at the same time. So that'll leave a scar, and that it needs to heal. And I was working on it very hard, but the only way to really get to where I am again is to really bite through that part you don't want to bite through, and just go keep going. Every single time that you don't feel like just keep on going what you're going, bad things happen again, and you have a bad fight and all that. A lot of people, in my opinion, would have given up at some point, but I just kept going, and right now I get the reward for all of that.
Right, so the guys at the top of the division have all fought for the belt or held the belt at one point. Where do you think a win this Saturday puts you in the division?
It puts me right there. It puts me right where I want to be, especially because I have a win over the champ already. That's interesting. That's a storyline. He wins that fight back, of course, too. So, it's the only blemish on his record, especially after he defended his belt against Dos Santos. And then if you look at the rest of the guys, Overeem got knocked out fast. So if you ask me what fight you rather want to see, me and Miocic or Overeem Miocic, people will probably pick me because that's a different fight with a good storyline. Kane hasn't fought in like a year and a half, so, and his last win is a win over Travis Brown, who is he's a glimpse of his former self. Werdum is fighting Lewis. Like, there is Ngannou doesn't have a fight, but he's not ready to fight for the belt, in my opinion. It could put me right there, so we'll see, man.
In the meantime, the champ Stipe Miocic, a guy that you've beaten before, has been running a campaign to fight Anthony Joshua. With Floyd beating Conor past weekend, is it time to put that talk to bed?
No, I understand why he wants it. He wants the big paycheck, and Stipe is a really good boxer, but Joshua is a phenomenal fighter in a different sport, but I totally understand why Stipe would ask for the fight. And anything can happen, of course, but Joshua would be a big favorite. But you know, first things first for Stipe, I think he needs to get another defense of the belt and be the longest reigning heavyweight champion in the UFC. So, but no, I definitely understand it. So, yeah.